Okay, so good morning from Portugal to everyone, and thank you so much for this opportunity to talk a bit about the challenge of integrating climate change in marine spatial planning. I would like just to say that this is a collaborative work that we are developing under a research project called Ocean Plan, so this is not just me. And with no further ado, so for the past 30 years, climate change has been recognized as an important challenge, but never as much as today. Indeed, the latest IPCC report on the ocean and the cryosphere clearly acknowledges that without transformative adaptation to climate change and mitigation, achieving sustainable development goals is at risk. Indeed, our ocean is getting warmer, more acidic, with less oxygen. We are losing ice and sea level is rising. And this is causing changes in marine ecosystem structure and functioning. Biomass is decreasing, species are redistributing, moving to the poles and to deeper layers in the ocean. And this is causing change and will cause change in the ways humans use the ocean. We will have potentially new conflicts between uses, new pressures on the environment, and new legal issues. And all of these will directly affect marine spatial planning. However, very few marine spatial plans do address this key challenge. So, what to do? We tried to address this, and a couple of years ago, we began revising existing literature on the integration of climate change and ocean planning. This was just published in July in Nature Sustainability. And we found about 150 studies that did address both topics, although a much smaller group of studies, only these really discussed how MSP could be affected by or adapt to climate change. So we went to see these, and we found some studies that mentioned the need to include climate change when developing spatial use scenarios and visioning processes. And we found examples in initiatives in the Netherlands and Belgium, and also in a visioning in a process that took place in the Pacific Ocean. Other studies address the need to use modeling and mapping tools, both related to changes in ecosystem services and related human activities. And we have the case of the Symphony tool that is used in Sweden MSP. And we also have the case of the Access tool that was developed for the Arctic Ocean. And other studies address the use of climate-related vulnerability and risk analysis and assessments to support climate-smart marine spatial planning. And we have the example of social ecological vulnerability assessments in Maria, French Polynesia, or habitat risk assessments in the US that were used to support ocean planning. On the other side, we have studies that focus on the adaptation to climate change, either by using dynamic ocean management, like in the US, Canada, Australia, by using anticipatory zoning, and we have the case of anticipating protected areas in the Arctic or sand extraction areas in the Netherlands, or broader concepts such as adaptive management that is enshrined in marine spatial planning. But we wanted to take this further. And so we wanted to understand and examine the perception of people knowledgeable on marine spatial planning on this topic. Do they think that climate change is important? Do they think that there are ways to develop climate-smart MSP? And so we developed an online survey. We want to use the responses to develop and share guidelines for climate-smart MSP around the world, acknowledging that there are many variations from place to place and that we'll never have a one-size-fits-all solution. And so the survey is online. You can find it in this link. You can also find it on Twitter. It is available in English, but it will also be available in Spanish, French, and Portuguese very soon. And you can access it We already had about 150 responses, valid responses so far from 45 countries. So thank you very much to everyone who participated so far, and I invite you all to fill the survey. And we want to promote a deeper discussion afterwards by developing a particular workshop on this. So this is basically it. Is a small talk about the topic. If you want to know more, contact us, download the recent paper, or we can share it. And thank you so much for this.